Alright, so guys, today we are executing a master plan that is buying BYTES. We just got a massive sell order, or not massive, but around 84, or no, roughly $100,000 sold into BYTES. I believe that's giving us our entry around $82 to $84 is where I wanted to get in. So we're going to go ahead and book this order in. We're putting in roughly $151,000 into the swap, and we're getting $147,000 out. So guys, slippage ain't pretty here. You're losing $3,000, $4,000 just to swap. Okay, and so look, that's not pretty, but I'll explain the reasoning behind this all here in just a second. So, $100 gas fee. Let's see if we can get this through. And then we should see after I put in this order, we will probably be pumping up the price here. So let's see here. Boom, $82, beautiful. Let's see if we can get a good rate here. That would be fantastic. So we're putting in the order. This is exactly where we wanted. It was $82 to $84. Boom, we're in. So I think this is a partial fill for us. I believe it's gotten us 15 Ether so far, I'm guessing. Or maybe we're just pending. We may just be pending. It is kind of hard to get these larger orders filled. $100,000 plus in an order on a kind of, I wouldn't say micro cap, but I do believe it's getting us filled, right? You can see 15 Ethereum, 10 Ethereum. So I believe this is us pumping the price right now from $83 to $86. At least I pray that's us getting filled right now. All right. So I hope we're getting it. If not, that really fucking blows, because that was my entry. This is my fucking, I waited for this dip so I could buy it. And if someone just took that from me, then I have to admit I'm pretty pissed. So let's hope this is us. So it does look like we got a failed transaction. Let's see here. Yep, completely failed the transaction. So that's complete bullshit. That's fucking stupid. That means someone took our order here that I was waiting for. So basically, I think we need to put in smaller orders because we simply cannot get filled with over $100,000 on BYTES. So that's sad. It's unfortunate, but that's just the reality of this trade. So showing you guys kind of what it looks like on larger positions on kind of micro, small cap coins. This is kind of the struggle and the pain you have to go through. But at the end of the day, we do believe it'll pay off. And I do believe that we'll see BYTES pump to some pretty phenomenal levels here in the time coming. Last two massive pumps got us to $240, $190. I think that's what we'll see again on this next pump coming in the next week or two. So that's why we're loading up at the bottom, at the lows, when price is doing nothing, right? When price is stagnant, that's when you want to load the boat, not when everything's pumping, right? Don't be buying the pump. Don't become exit liquidity. Be the person who's in first, all right, and then sells it into the people who buy later, all right? So that's kind of our plan right now. I'll let you know as we hopefully get this filled and break this down into some smaller orders to get our position. All right, so guys, we're going to try to break this order down into a smaller piece. So let's try to get 12 Ethereum, just $45,000 filled on this, all right? And then we'll do that multiple times, hopefully. So let's go ahead and confirm the swap here, and hopefully this can get filled. Now, I do think this will get filled. Why? Because we just saw other people who bought our little dip that we wanted. Okay, they got it, right? They got roughly, you can see their orders, 15 Ethereum, 10 Ethereum, those got filled, and those motherfuckers stole our entry. So basically we're gonna go with their position sizing of 15 and 10 Ether, and that is confirmed. So let's see, boom. So that was us right there. See, 12 Ether goes through, and then you can see the price pumps a little there. So we're gonna try to get some more orders in here, average in, and accumulate in this lull state where price is boring. Prices, it's not doing much except, when we come in here and we're buying that, then okay, now you see some volume coming in, right? But for the most part, right? There's nothing going on here, and that's exactly when you want to buy, right? So we're doing what many people don't want to do, and that's buy when things are boring, all right? But it's going to pay off, and we are going to see, in my opinion, a massive pump. And so let's highlight the risk involved with this trade. Well, we're in a massive demand zone here, and the bottom level is $66, $67, which, holy moly, that would be a beautiful entry at the bottom of support, but we may not get there. And so what do I do right now? Well, I accept my risk of downside is roughly 22%. So obviously I'm not going to be panicking if price dips there. That's actually where I want to be adding to the trade and doubling down, tripling down on it, right? So what's our risk? 22% to the downside. What's our upside? Well, last two massive times that we had pumps, we pumped from, boom, we pumped to 240 and we pumped to 190. So let's take the average of 230 and 190. It's going to get us to around 210. So let's say we bought right now at 84, 85 bucks. We pumped to 210, 144% upside. And I think we can see that pump happen in literally a week from now, 10 days from now or less. So if you can make 144% in 7 to 10 days, you really can't go wrong with that. That's a pretty phenomenal setup. All right, so guys, going in with the second order, I'm not sure if this is real. We're just going to go for it because it says 0.08% slippage, basically non-existent slippage. Typically, there's 4% slippage, so think about it. If this is a real deal that we can get right now, that's kind of like buying it at a 4% lower price, which is like getting it down at 80 bucks per byte, honestly, because you're usually paying that 4% slippage, right? So let's go ahead and look, man. I hope it's as good as it seems. I'd be very happy with that. So let's check it out. Is this deal too good to be true? We're about to find out together. And let's see if that'll go through here. And boom, that did go through. Look at that, guys. 28 Ether went through in one order. I want to see what that does to the price here. As it's dumping off, then our order comes in. What does that look like? Does that look like anything? I know it looks like something. I just know it's not updating right now. Well, let's see here. That's going to leave us with now, you can see here, 1,743 bytes. So we got it. Let's see here. Alright, so sadly we were unable to see the price action move live. It just took forever to update. But what we did see here was when we put in this order of 28 Ether, we pumped the price from roughly right here up to 86.5-ish. So this order of 100,000 pushed bytes up by 2.8%. So the only reason I like to keep track of this and kind of just look at it is that means at the current state of liquidity, I believe, all right, 2.8% was equal to $100,000. So how could you have doubled the price in one order? I believe it would take $3.6, $3.7 million, right? Because you can take that number, multiply it by into 100% gain, right? Which would be like 37, right? So 37 times $100,000 would double the price. So think about it. All we need, and I'm not like an expert on how liquidity works, how liquidity pools works. I've never even DeFi farmed ever. But I think that's my understanding. I'm a total noob and jackass at this stuff, guys. So don't listen to me about this bullshit. But I would think it would take about $3.7 million to double BYTES. So that's not a lot of money, man. So BYTES has a 60 million market cap, I believe. I think we can see that here somewhere. So I think we may be able to just view the contract, but it has 60 million market cap. So, but even though it has a 60 million market cap, it only needs $3.7 million to push the price double. Does that make sense? So that's kind of why I look at that to see, all right, here I'm placing my order. How much is it going to pump the price, right? So now we kind of know, and that's my little breakdown there. So guys, it's going to take some time. We need some patience, but we've averaged in down here at the lows. That last order we had pretty much no slippage, so I'm very happy about that. And we're going to wrap it up with our execution here. with 1,743 bytes going into the gaming tournament and a whole bunch of cool shit that I'm sure Becker's going to be doing. So I'm excited about this one. At the same time, I ain't going to be looking at this or worried or really care. Look, I'm going to come back in like a week or two and watch the shit pump, man. I think it's that simple, that easy. No emotions involved, man. Just trade your logic, trade the chart, and we'll come back later, guys. Alright, so guys, I'm not going to hide my address and stuff in this video. If you want to go stalk my address or whatever, you can. This is a fresh one I made for this, so you're not going to really see much. And I probably won't use this address after this trade because I just don't like people watching everything I do. Like, it's kind of like, you know, you ain't doing nothing wrong in the shower, right? But you are naked, and it's like, hey, you shouldn't be watching me while I'm naked in the shower. But that's what people do. They just want to, like, stalk your address. Like, look, bro, I ain't doing nothing wrong, right? But they still want to watch you. And it's just like, you know, it's just annoying. And that's what I hate about, I would record so many more trades if it wasn't about, like, you know, there's just no privacy whatsoever, right? And I hate that. But I like this trade a lot, and I want to share with you guys. And so to some of you who are probably going to ask, like, oh, Alex, oh, did you sell your hex? Guys, I've got a Trezor. I've got one Trezor with that is loaded with hex. All right, and I've got another wallet loaded with hex. And so one of my wallets today, and see, I shouldn't even have to explain myself and what I do, but I know some of you stalkers are gonna go like track down my fucking wallet and shit. I got like 20 wallets. Like, congratulations, you can stalk one of them. I mean, that I'm probably never gonna use again, right? But anyways, so we made the swap with like $150,000 in hex. I swapped that into Ether. And then swap that into bytes. And so I sold hex today at 34 cents. Literally, I mean, just beautiful exit on hex, right? So protected my capital here on that wallet that I had hex in with around $150,000 worth of hex. So sold that here and avoided a 17% drop since I got out today. 16% drop. And then what did I do? I parked that capital into bytes, which is now up from our average entry price of 84 bucks up to 87 bucks. So I would say that was a very efficient rotation. And that's not to say I'm not bullish on hex, right? I'm still bullish on hex overall, but this was a very obvious exit point to me, coming back up into previous supply zone. And you had a massive catalyst, which was the PulseX sacrifice, right? So the massive catalyst that everyone's been waiting for happened, and selling to the news, guys. So, you know, the thing about this is it's really annoying because, you know, a lot of hex maxis are gonna say, why would you sell your hex? Stake it, don't trade it, you know. And it's like, you can't tell me to not trade something, especially when I just avoided a 16% drop, you know. And so hexicans and people tell me like, oh, you know, you get 40% interest. Well, I just avoided a 16% drop, which is almost like your 40% interest you get a year in 1 day, 2 days, right? So, you know, that's the only annoying thing is if any hexicans are watching this video, they're probably going to talk shit and say, oh, how dare you trade your hex? But it's like, bro, you know, do you know how much good I've done for, you know, how many, probably new people I've onboarded into hex recently and stuff, and how many people found out about it and stuff, you know what I mean? Like, don't tell people what to do. Let people do what they want. And you know, we made a killer trade on hex and rotated that into bytes. I'm still highly bullish on hex, and yeah, I still got plenty of hex. But this was just one of my wallets that I did that swap in today. Got out at pretty much the top, loaded that into bytes. So that's what we're doing. So guys, like I said, I'm not even gonna hide my address or anything in this video. If you want to stock it, go for it. Whatever the fuck you got to do. Because I know that it's just annoying, guys. It's full transparency here, but like I said, it's kind of like, you know, you're naked in the shower. You shouldn't be watching me anyways, motherfucker. But hey, you do you. I'm going to do me. That's my trade here today, parking around 150K into bytes from a rotation trade from Hex. Guys, ain't nobody showing you transparently trades like this, breaking it down to you. And so win or lose, you're going to get to see that. So I'm not even going to post this video in like 2 weeks from now or anything. No, I'm just going to post it ahead of time. I'm going to post it. So whether I win or lose, I mean, imagine Bytes gets hacked. Okay, imagine Bytes gets hacked or some crazy shit happens and it dumps. You'll see that, man. And, you know, I got nothing to hide. That's going to be a loss, right? But I'm confident we'll win. And I like this trade setup a lot. So I just want to explain that to you guys in this video. Break it down to you live because I know nobody else is doing that. And guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. So if you did, drop a like. Make sure you are subscribed. I do expect good things here, and that is a good trade that I want to put on your radar. So guys, follow me on Twitter, guys. I did post this on Twitter for you guys as one of my new favorite setups. I talked about this here December 29th. Besides Hex, what's another massive play in this current market? BYTES, right? So posted that one is at 82 bucks, and you guys can get a bunch of free alpha here on Twitter, as well as, guys, we have our alpha Discord dropping in 1 to 2 days from now. So I hope you guys are ready to mint because it's coming fast, and you better be ready. All right, we're gonna start this new year off right, and it's gonna be fun because we're gonna start the new year together in the alpha Discord, and you guys know we're only gonna have 100 people in there. It's gonna be a tight knit group, and it's not going to be just some pump and dump group like all these other so-called supposed alpha groups, which is really just 10,000 people pumping and dumping on each other, right? Well, here it's only 100 people, so it's not a pump and dump fest. It's actually real value, real alpha, and like for example, that exit today on Hex, man. I'm telling you, I've got a killer fucking instinct, and I just and knew it was time to sell there, and avoided 10% drop today. We avoided like a 6 or 8% drop on that candle. So guys, I said on Twitter I wasn't gonna tell you when to sell. I told you I wasn't gonna hold your hand. You do what you want, right? Because I've got one side of people who are gonna tell me how dare you fucking sell, diamond hands, hodl, right? Then I'm gonna have other people who are gonna follow me, and so there's just no good way, right? So when it comes to selling, I just shut the fuck up on a something like Hex. Obviously, if it's like Bitcoin or a large cap like that, right? Like Hex is a large cap by definition, but it doesn't have large cap liquidity, right? And so for that reason, obviously, I'm not going to announce anything because I don't want to put any selling pressure on my fellow Hexicans. I'm like a Hexican because I'm so bullish on Hex. I'm so bullish on the code, but I'm still I'm a trader at the end of the day. And Hexicans, they hate traders, but I hope you guys can accept me at least. But anyways, guys, that's it for today's video. Like I said, I'll say it one last time. I'm still bullish here, but I still got plenty of Hex, right? But this is so it's like kind of like think about it. You got an investment account and you got a trading account, right? I still got plenty of Hex, but in my trading wallet for Hex, I made a killer trade. So don't hate. That's the game, guys. All right, I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.